And at any moment, an eel might fall out of a tree and land on you. Is this an irrational fear? No. This is a adjacently lived fear. Okay? And no, an eel did not fall out of me. Did I see fall out of me? One did not fall out of me, and also one did not fall on me from in a tree. But one time I went to a duck pond with my husband, who was then my boyfriend. We were taking cute pictures like this. And then he told me to look up in the tree, and there was an eel wrapped around the branch. I had never in my life seen anything like that, nor have I ever seen anything like it again. I also really did not question how an eel got up into the tree, because in my head, eels are like snakes. And so in my head, it was very reasonable that an eel would slither out of the duck pond and up into this tree. You might have questions about why I would consider any of this to be very realistic, especially since my husband, then boyfriend, does not remember this, but he knows that he has to assure me that it did happen, because it is like a nightmare that will never ever go away. Every few months I look up, can eels climb trees? It was a green moray eel. Okay, I was in Corpus Christi, Texas, so there's water nearby. I don't even know if eels are from moray eels, if this type of moray eel would even exist in Corpus Christi, Texas. But every few months I look up, can an eel climb a tree? And I look up, could an eel be in a duck pond? Okay. And I get nothing. Now, what I have come to realize is that quite possibly this was brackish water. What's brackish water? I don't know. I'm looking for answers. Okay. So I find out that brackish water might be like a combination of fresh water and seawater. Like maybe there's underwater tunnels in which somehow it could have gotten from the sea to the fresh water, or estuaries. What is an estuary? I don't know. The fear is so wildly out of place. Like, it should not be a realistic fear to fear, but it did happen, and I do fear it. I have since come to realize that perhaps two things happened. Okay, perhaps two things happened. Perhaps somebody found an eel and they wrapped it around that tree and it was dead the whole time. Okay. Also, perhaps a giant bird picked up the eel, like a heron, or what is that other beach bird that's really big? I don't know. Okay. Picked it up, realized it was too heavy, accidentally dropped it. That's how maybe it ended up in the tree at the duck pond. Okay. It's also very likely that this was not a green moray eel and it was just some other kind of eel. No, don't tell me it was a snake. Okay. It was not a snake. But I think that because I was in such fear when I looked up and saw it wrapped around the branch, and the fact that I was under this branch and it could have fallen on me and it would have been like the nightmare of all nightmares, that I might have made it bigger in size in my head because of fear. Okay? I will admit that it may not have been the huge thing that I'm thinking it was, but I won't admit that there wasn't an eel in that tree, because that really happened. That was scary. You really can't convince me otherwise. Okay? Because